Hello everyone, this is Matt the Speedstar, aka the Game Rebel here, ready to run through the next part of The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, The Champion's Ballad. I say it like this because this was supposed to be the finale originally, but when I was bumming around on YouTube, apparently there's new stuff that was also added to The Champion's Ballad that I had no idea even existed. So, looks like I'm gonna get my 135 videos after all. I don't feel bad about not splitting up the Blight Ganon boss rush into 2 videos. Now, before I actually go into the extra stuff that was included, I just want to quickly take a moment to head back into my house because there's something we can do once you've completed the Champion's Ballad. Before I do that though, I'm going to quickly go to the map and show that I have a now 100% map completion and therefore nothing left to do. However, I'm just gonna quickly take a moment to just show off the entire map, just so anyone who is watching this, which is probably no one, anyone who might be watching this in the future, if you have not found all the locations needed to get 100%, I will go through the map real quick. Not real quick, but I'm gonna scroll through the map and just go over everything. I'm going to be silent for it, of course, just so you guys know exactly what areas you may not have found yet, just so I can help you guys out, because why not? Aside from, just sharing my experiences with these games, I want to maybe help out anyone who doesn't really know everything about a game. Granted, I don't know everything about the games myself, but I want to try and help out the best I can. But before I do that, though, I just want to show off the last couple locations that I had to map out before I got the 100%. One was the Raru Settlement Ruins. This is near the Helmhead Bridge in Hyrule Forest Park. I never really took this road at all. I'm not kidding. I have never once taken this road, and while I was bumming around trying to find all the locations, when I was kind of driving around the roads on the Master Cycle, I came across this area by accident. I didn't really know it was even here at the time. I never came here on the Wii U version either. It's very close to the Woodland Stable too, so it's actually kind of embarrassing that I didn't know about it. The second one was actually the statue of the 8th heroine. I didn't get close enough for this to get mapped out, even though I was here to do that side quest. You know, the one to get the sand boots. There isn't a location area for the Sword of the 8th Heroine, though, so I don't have to worry about that. And the last one, at least the last one for me, all the way in Goron City, if you zoom in one more time, there's Stolok Bridge. I never took this bridge, because if you remember in the Let's Play, when I started heading towards the Bridge of Eldin, I instead decided to just kind of jump off and climb the wall. I didn't take the bridge like I should have, because if you kind of go around the intended path, it takes you straight to the bridge. Because of this, it never got mapped out. And I have a little bit of a story with this one before I continue on. If you zoom out, you'll notice it doesn't show up. This is the thing that pisses me off, because it doesn't show up not only on the map if you're zoomed out this far, the map that comes with the official guide, it doesn't show up on that either. And I was looking all over for it. So yeah, that kind of pissed me off. Anyway, those were the last 3 locations I had to find. As for you guys, I'm gonna go silent for probably a couple minutes. I'm going to start up here, and I'm going to kind of just zigzag around the map, just so I can show off where everything is. And I'm just going to be at this, because I don't need to show off where all the Koroks are, and it would take too long. So, talk to you guys in a moment. So, were you able to see everything? I tried to be a little consistent with the speed, but yeah, sorry if I sped up in a couple places. I hope everyone was able to actually see where everything was. Now, when you come in here after completing the Champion's Ballad and getting the picture of the champions from Cass, if you come right up to where your bed is, it'll kind of just quickly scroll over here. Link will look here, and this seems like a good spot for the picture you got from Cass. Would you like to display the picture? You can say no to this, and you can do this at another time, but if you decide to do it, it does disappear from your key items, however. But then Link's just like, yeah, that's a good spot for it. That just looks perfect. That could be a thumbnail right there. And you know what? It will be. That's going to be the thumbnail for this video, and I think I'll actually have it as the final thing that you see when I finish the finale. Yeah, I like that picture. I'm glad they went with that. But there we go. It disappears from your key items, and it remains here for pretty much forever. Well, not really much else I can do here. On to what we are going to be doing. We are going to be going back to each of the 4 main towns: Zora's Domain, Gerudo Town, Rito Village, and Goron City. I don't really care in what order I do them in, but I think I'll actually start with Mipha, because why not? Or maybe I'll just go in the same order as I did the Let's Play. I don't know. But new stuff is opened up, and then I'm going to end it with one particular thing that was also found out, and this concerns the final trial. So, let's start with here. Beam me up, Zelda! This is probably the last time I can say that, too. You know, despite using a Star Trek reference, pretty much, I've never actually watched Star Trek. I mean, I know of it, but I don't know. I guess between the whole Star Wars and Star Trek thing, I was more towards Star Wars. Maybe because I knew of that one first. I don't know. Don't take it the wrong way or anything, it's just, I think my preference is Star Wars over Star Trek. I mean, granted, I've seen little bits and pieces of Star Trek anyway. I mean, I kind of live with someone who does kind of watch it quite a bit. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. I just find it kind of weird. Anyway, if you meet with certain key characters after you have completed the... Well, I believe you can access this when you get the Champion's Ballad. You don't have to do it afterwards. But this was added, and it looks like it shows up right away. There's a book right there. That's kind of what we're going to be dealing with. But if you talk to King Dorphan, if you come here... Link, I am truly and eternally grateful to you for saving Zora's Domain. Everyone is rejoicing. There is no happier place in the world. But Link, there is something I wish to ask you. You journeyed with Ruta, the divine beast of water. Now you are back, but Mipha has still yet to return. Is it as I feared? Were we too late? I met her spirit. Her spirit? So that means Mipha really is... Did she say anything to you? Yeah, we're not really saying anything, but you know, that's kind of the thing they do with Link. But even so, he is trying to tell him stuff. I see. My dear Mipha, I simply cannot believe it. There was nothing I could do to save her. Still, Mipha fulfilled her heroic duty as champion. And she will again, when we blast Calamity Ganon. And she will never be alone. It is my duty as her father to watch over her even now. Link, she really loved you, you know. There is no mistaking that even now she is overjoyed to be able to help you. promise me that you will always remember her. Promise me that. I'll never forget her. I was tempted to say we are united now, but, I don't know. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I want to say that. We are united now. Thank you for saying so. I truly appreciate it. If you ever run into trouble, know that you are always welcome here. No matter the time, we shall all greet you with open fins. Now then, is there anything I can help you with? I believe you could maybe do this at some point, but, if you go to, certain characters, you can ask about the champions. Tell me about Mipha. Yes, of course you wish to hear about our dear Mipha. I am sure it would bring her peace to know she is on your mind. Mipha was always kind from the day she was born. She was equally as kind to her own as she was to complete strangers. When you first took to visiting us, back when you were but a child, she adored you like a brother. I actually, at some point, want to legitimately see a younger Breath of the Wild Link visiting Zora's domain and seeing Mipha. However, as you know, Hylians age much faster than us. Eventually, you grew so much she began to look up to you. As Mipha Diary plainly states, it was not long before she developed strong feelings for you. I almost said strong bonds. A Zora princess falling in love with a Hylian swordsman. It reminds me of a Zora legend of old. Rudo! Hey! Really, Rudo? Did you have to blab about that so much that it became legend? Yeah. Let's blow up the ego bubble one more time. At this point, it may as well cover the planet. That is why I welcome the idea of you and Mipha becoming husband and wife. It is a shame you two never had the chance to see what might have been. And then you can ask, Mipha's diary? Ah, of course. Mipha's diary was found just recently. Kind of a nod to the inclusion of it in the Champions Ballot DLC. Recently. Its discovery brought me much joy. It is on that table over there. I do not mind if you choose to read it. I am sure Mipha would forgive you anything. So, yeah. Diaries of the champions. All 4 champions have a diary that you can read. I don't really know about anything in any of these, except for, I think, Urbosa's. But I never got the chance to really read it myself. I just kind of skimmed through the videos to figure out how to find these, because I wanted to read these and kind of learn what they were for myself without spoilers. Alright. First page. At the request of Hyrule's king, a group of outsiders came to greet us at the domain. One of them was a Hylian child of only about 4 years of age? Oh my... That young? Wow! His name was Link. He made quite a first impression. He was curious and full of energy, with a ready smile. Are all Hylian children that way? One thing that surely sets him apart is his swordsmanship, which I hear is exceptional. He has even bested adults. He must be somewhat reckless, however, as he was covered in bruises. Wishing to be helpful, I healed his wounds for him. It must have been his first time seeing healing magic, as he looked up at me with big round eyes. It was adorable. I guess this is kind of going to be about how she develops her feelings for Link in a way. I don't know. A divine beast was excavated from Zora's domain. This one is called Varuta. Oh wow, so they excavated these while Link was still alive. This is actually interesting. The first time I laid eyes on Ruta, I was surprised by how cute? It's so big and round with a long, awkward nose. It's cute. Okay. We'll roll with that. According to the Sheikah who found Ruta. Gee, I wonder who might have... I don't know. I almost want to say Pura. I don't know. Divine beasts require someone worthy to control them. It's fun to imagine someone piloting this enormous beast in the distant past. I wonder who will have that honor next. Hint, hint. Link came to visit the domain. It feels like forever since he was here last. He no longer resembles the child I first met. He is now an accomplished knight and keeper of the sword that seals the darkness. I'm so proud. However, oh wow, so Link actually did get the Master Sword back then. Well, he did before, of course. I don't know. I'm still kind of just reading through this, and I'm amazed about the progress from when they first met to now. He hardly speaks anymore and smiles even more rarely. He is still the kind soul I knew, but something has changed. I asked him if something had happened, if something was wrong. He merely shook his head. Perhaps it is newly acquired height, but I feel he is ever looking past me, into the distance beyond. And then, the Princess of Hyrule paid a special visit to the domain. She asked me if I would agree to pilot a divine beast. She told me she needs my help to face the calamity. My heart knew at once what to do. I agreed without reservation. Calamity Ganon must not be resurrected. If he is, there is no way to ensure the safety of my people, or of anyone. I do not know what will happen. All I know is that if there is anything I can do to help, I must try. I must protect Hyrule. There's also that the divine beasts are meant to assist the chosen hero when he faces Ganon. In this way, I can help Link. This kind of goes back to my previous criticism with Mipha, but as you know, with the one memory that we got, yeah, that's already redeemed it. Link came to visit me. It had been ages. I told him the Lionel of Ploymus Mountain had been terrorizing everyone recently. When I said that, he started walking toward the mountain without a word, spellbound. I followed him there. That's one way of putting it. When we were almost there, he told me to turn back. He insisted he would be fine on his own. I stubbornly stayed. While I argued, the Lionel attacked us from behind. I was sure we had met our end. How silly of me to doubt. With a sure hand and a fierce gleam in his eye, Link unsheathed the sword that seals the darkness and defeated our foe. His swordsmanship was swift and graceful. I was fascinated by the beauty of his movements. Though I should have been terrified, I could not help but feel safe in the presence of my dear friend. His kindness and determination to help those in need, his strength and skill, my heart is drawn to his. I am doomed. The last beautiful move Link performed on the mountain is called a spin attack. Perhaps I will attempt it with my spear. And this is kind of when it leads to her kind of feel like if it's for Link, she would do anything. That kind of, again, I don't know how to properly put it, but in a way, it does kind of bug me. And then, Father has given me his blessing for me to pilot the divine beast. The threat of the calamity can no longer be ignored. Father said the Zora must play their part. He seemed on the brink of tears when he made me promise to return unharmed. My eyes burned with tears as well, so I simply nodded. Sagan could hardly look at me. Muzu left part way, though. I feel awful for putting them through this, but I must do what I can to help Link. I could never forgive myself otherwise. Speaking of Link, I have at last finished gathering the materials for the armor. I shall start making it at once. And then, of course, we got that armor from her younger brother. Today was the inauguration ceremony at Hyrule Castle. It was an honor to take part. However, honestly, I do not remember much about it. but only because something unforgettable happened afterwards. Oh yeah, the picture! I like that. I experienced something wondrous. A beautiful moment in time I shall treasure forever. I am grateful to the princess for agreeing to my request, and to Daruk for, well, for bringing me closer to Link. I'm glad I did this after the picture. Oh, I did hear something that shocked me enough to almost overshadow that happy moment. Link has been chosen to guard the princess wherever she goes. They shall be spending much time together. Oh, here we go. I finally completed that special armor for Link. I am confident it will fit him perfectly. He is coming to the domain soon. I hope to give him my gift when I see him, but should I really go through with it? According to the old legend, long ago, a Zora princess fell in love with a Hylian swordsman. Perhaps there is hope. This will be a rare occasion that Link is not accompanying the princess. We should have some time to ourselves. Oh, I have an idea. At sunset, I shall ride upon Ruta with Link. Zora, princess of the past, please lend me your courage. Oh, and then it led to the memory. Oh, okay, this is great. It helps link the story together a little bit in the background. I like this. This is neat. Alright, so that's that for Zora's Domain. I don't ever have to come back here. That's gonna be a shame. I actually like what they did with Zora's Domain. Again, it does feel Xenoblade-ish, but hey, why not? It's beautiful. Alright. Now, I have to head here next, and you know what that means. Time to become Linkle one last time. Alright. Let's get our outfit on. Oh boy. I'll be glad I never have to do this again. Unless, I play through the game again on my own time. But we are now Linkle for one last bout. So, next up, we're actually gonna go see Riju. I think I was able to talk with her before and maybe talk a little bit about Urbosa, but I don't know, I figured may as well just do it. And they tell you where the diaries are. Even though I already know where they are, I just figured it's only polite. Hey Riju, it's been a while. Savak to you as well. What's wrong? Are you still worried about the safety of this town? Or have you grown so comfortable here that you can't imagine leaving? It's a nice place, but of course, you know, I'm a Vo. I'm not allowed in here, technically. Whatever the case may be, you're needed elsewhere. You must eventually leave. You know this. That being said, when it's all over, if you're to drop back by here. I'm already mincing my words. Or my English is dead. I think that's what I think that's the thing I'm going for. I think we'd all be pleased to see you. That is, provided you guys let me in. Tell me about Urbosa. Yeah, because why not? After Naboris was tamed, we located Lady Urbosa's diary. Since you're here, I shall tell you something from it. Lady Urbosa had a beloved friend who she thought the world of, the Queen of Hyrule. Such a big heart. Our Lady Urbosa was admirable in every aspect of her life. And then, ask about the diary? It's in her room. Since she trusted you, I'm certain she wouldn't mind you reading it. And then, of course, her room is kind of the next floor above. We'd have to come up here anyway, of course, because we had to give the Thunder Helmet back to Riju and, you know, watch it tip on her head. That was the best. This is the Chief's Diary, Makila Riju. I'm tempted, but I think maybe we shouldn't. Anyway, it's right here. This is Urbosa's diary. Someone as magnificent as Urbosa having a diary? I don't know where I'm going with that. First page. My dear friend from afar came to visit Gerudo Town today. It is always a pleasure to see the Queen of Hyrule. She described her reason for coming as urgent. She wished for me to meet her newborn child. Her sweet daughter's name is Zelda. She has her mother's smile. I cannot help but cherish her already. I told her that Zelda is sure to grow up into a dignified and beautiful queen, just like her mother. My friend thanked me, but said that looks are fleeting, and instead she wishes for Zelda to be blessed with true happiness. The way she gazes upon her daughter, her little bird, as she calls her, I have never seen such unconditional love. Well, now we know where Urbosa got that. And kind of how she, in a way, developed into somewhat of a mother figure for Zelda. I don't blame her, though. It has been a long time since we laid my dear friend, the Queen, to rest. My dear friend, what am I, Tweety? I only now have the will to write again. It was so sudden. I can't believe she is gone. All of my sweet memories of her keep running through my mind. Even now, I can hardly keep the tears at bay. Young Zelda kept her head held high as she said her final goodbye to her mother at the funeral. She carried herself as a true princess, but I can sense the deep grief she is hiding within. I worry for her. I made a voyage to visit Hyrule. After speaking with the king, I saw Zelda for the first time in a year. In truth, it was my concern for her that brought me there. The king allowed me to keep her company as she went to the spring for her training. Huh. I wonder which spring that would be. I'm guessing it would be the Spring of Courage, because I think that's the first one she went through. There, Zelda prayed and prayed in the spring's icy waters until the sun set. I told her many times to stop, but she wouldn't listen. I eventually had to drag her out of the water. Zelda gazed at me for the longest time with heartbreaking vulnerability. Eventually, in a tiny voice, she told me of the pressure and panic she feels at not being able to fulfill her sacred duty. She whispered over and over, "Why can I not do as the royal daughters of the past have done? What is wrong with me?" All I could do was hold her close and listen. I pray that it is enough. And then, emissaries from Hyrule came to see me today. They informed me that I had been chosen to pilot the divine beast. My people are uneasy about it. They tell me such a dangerous task is not fitting for the chief. I understand their fear. However, I intend to accept this task. Calamity Ganon's resurrection does not only threaten Hyrule, but the whole world. I refuse to sit idly by. Ganon is also closely associated with the Gerudo, an association I deeply resent. I believe Zelda will be here soon to receive my official answer. I am excited to see her, as always. And then we got the memory of where she immediately accepts without a second thought. And then, I attended the inauguration ceremony alongside the other champions whom I share a fate with. Zelda, Revali, Mipha, and Link are so young. They are Hyrule's future. Daruk and I hope to help them see that future. However, there was one thing that did trouble me. Zelda was uncharacteristically cold toward Link. I can imagine why. I hear Link has been assigned as Zelda's guardian knight. I hope they find a way to get along. And then next page. Link requested to meet with me today. Oh, that is interesting. He tells me Zelda exploited our law that restricts men from entering town to slip away from him. Oh, ho, ho. Interesting. I told him of a trick that would allow him entrance, and he was able to get in. By then, however, Zelda was logged. He became Linkle in the past? Oh! Oh, Link! Wow! Man, he will do just about anything. I guess this is why he's almost okay with going through with dressing up like this. I promised to let him know if I saw her, so he reluctantly returned home. In a similar yet distinct way, Link seems to have trouble expressing himself. Perhaps the two can help each other. That is, if she ever gives him the chance. Alright, let's go on. Today, I accompanied Zelda as she went to research Naboris. When the sun set, the poor exhausted girl drifted into sleep. Oh, this is the memory! This is the memory of Rebosa that you get. I sent word to Link, who showed up at Naboris faster than I expected. Did he eat a speed-up dish? I couldn't help it. Although it is none of my business, I felt the least I could do to bridge their gap was to share some things about Zelda. The rest is up to them. And then, I'm so happy to say that Zelda smiles much more often lately. It seems she and Link have finally learned to get along. I hope this will have a positive effect on her training. However, I am concerned we may be running out of time. Whenever I hear of monster attacks or other unusual events, I almost said effects, plaguing the kingdom, my concern grows. All I can do is pray that Zelda, my little bird, has enough time. I do not pray to the goddesses, but to her mother, my dearest friend. How I miss her. And then we saw what happened. Calamity Ganon kind of showed up after she returned from the Spring of Wisdom. Okay. Next up is up here. I'm actually gonna not go in like, well, what the heck. Let's head in. Oh wait, no, not here, not here. I almost went to the wrong one. Swinging Flames, this is the one I want. Okay, now I gotta put my Flamebreaker stuff on real quick. Because believe me, I do not want to be catching fire. Or, now that I think about it, I have fireproof elixirs. Why not? I may as well. Just so I can wear my regular stuff. And by regular stuff, I mean this stuff. There. Gives me level 2 Flame Guard, but it doesn't make me fireproof. Now, actually, what I need to do is, I need to go to the entrance of Goron City and talk to Yunobo. That's where, we are able to learn where Daruk's quote-unquote diary is. It kind of sucks that this is going to be like a super long video. I'm sorry for that, but again, I kind of just want to get through this. What's up, dude? How you been? Boss says back's all better. Well, tell me about Daruk. I'd like to learn more about him.
Huh?
About your ancestor. Yeah, he found Lord Daruk's training journal. Must have been a big eater. He sure talks about delicious rocks a bunch. What else? Oh, Lord Daruk also had a good friend who liked to eat as much as he did. Ahem. I don't have much of an appetite myself, so I'm pretty scrawny. You are scrawny. With those big arms. That, honestly, I think most Gorons don't exactly have. And you're scrawny. Anyway, training journal? So, you went back to the abandoned North Mine where him and Link met. And apparently the training journal was actually there. Then, of course, it's at his house now. We don't actually get to see where his house is. But if you look way over there, like right in the direction I'm facing, that's where his house is. I would have I would have put the speed up thing on that I have, but you are still wandering around. Oh, and he has a Cobble Crusher there. Anyway, you can come in here, and this is Daruk's training journal. Not a diary this time, a training journal, because he's just that manly. And it's even written on stone pages, because obviously paper would have immediately started burning up. I'm gonna start writing in this diary thing starting now. Ugh, a diary. Maybe I'll call it my training journal. Yeah, even he thinks the idea of a diary is kinda... eh. They say all you gotta do is write down stuff that happens. Us Gorons prefer the simple life, so I hope simple stuff counts. Let's see, for today's journal entry, what should I write about? Oh, I know. I had some rock roast from the peak of Death Mountain. It was delicious. I think I'll eat more of it soon. You know, you actually can make some rock-hard food if you use gems with food. You can if you want, but... I don't really need to show it. I talked to some Hylians at the base of the mountain. All anyone wants to talk about these days is Calamity Ganon. Reminds me of when those tiny Sheikah came up to Death Mountain a few years ago to dig up that divine beast or whatever. The Hylians were saying that beast thing is a weapon someone will need to learn how to control. Back in the good old days, Gorons didn't worry about relics we couldn't eat. Now I'm hungry. Maybe I'll track down a prime rock roast for one of my dinners tonight. Oh, stop, dude. You're actually making me hungry now. No, seriously, I kinda am a little bit hungry right now. Today, I saw someone being attacked when I was out looking for lunch rocks at the peak. He was a tiny little guy, so I rushed down the mountain to help him. I was shocked to find he was handy with a sword. By the time I rolled his way, he'd already taken out all the monsters. I couldn't help but admire his Goron-like strength. While I was distracted, a monster almost got the jump on me. He stopped it. The Great Daruk, saved by a tiny Hylian. I must have had a dopey look on my face when that happened. Hopefully he didn't notice. Oh, Daruk. That little Hylian from before is named Link. He's got a respectable appetite. Loves to eat meat, fruit, vegetables, all sorts of things a decent person wouldn't dream of eating. Link will cook up and eat just about anything. I offered him some grade A rock roast to help refine his palate. I asked him how it tastes. He liked it so much he was speechless. I knew Hylians could eat rocks too. Eating isn't the only thing Link and I have in common. The little guy is also incredibly strong. He said... Uh-oh, Link speaking? Uh-oh. Okay, I'll stop. He said sometimes when he focuses, it feels like time slows down. Heh, I really like that guy. I guess that kind of goes into the whole time slowing down thing that we have. It's like, it's a deep focus of his. But then again, the arrows also fly faster too, so maybe he literally does slow down time. He's the type of guy you can trust to have your back and also have a nice hearty meal with. Yeah, that settles it. From now on, Link is an official brother. Next page. Hyrule's little princess came to Goron City and asked me to pilot the divine beast. I said yes. The Great Daruk never turns down someone in need. When I said I would, the princess seemed really happy. There will be 4 champions to control 4 divine beasts, and 1 swordsman to take on Ganon. Including the princess, our anti-Ganon team is 6 strong, made up of all different kinds of people. This has the makings of an epic feast. I got the ball rolling by giving the princess my best rock roast. She said thanks, but I think she was holding back a grimace. Must have had something foul on her mind. Oh yeah, I don't blame her. I mean, unlike Link, who will pretty much eat just about anything, I don't think Zelda would be into eating rocks. I am a champion now. Feels good. I hadn't talked with Link in a while, so seeing him at the inauguration ceremony was nice. It was a good day. Today was a good day. I'm sorry, I had to quote Soldier. Oh, word has it Link has been chosen as Zelda's appointed knight. I can't think of a better brother for the job. I hear one of those ancient machine things went nuts during some tests and shot out deadly beams. With true Goron spirit, Link grabbed a pot lid from the ground and deflected the blast. He nailed the thing in its weak point and saved the day. His bravery caught the king's eye, and not long after that, he was appointed to guard Zelda. Ooh, this is actually interesting. The perfect guard mechanic is like a legit thing. I mean, yeah, we saw that with Hermosa in her memory, but wow. And that's with a pot lid, too. I expect nothing less from the little guy. And then, I've been chosen to pilot Rudania, but I was having trouble controlling it. I was the only champion who was struggling. I asked Link for advice, but he just shoved me into the divine beast so I could explore it aimlessly all day. can't explain it, but by the end of the day, I was able to control Rudania just how I wanted to. I guess experience is the best teacher. Little guy's strength must come from working hard and never giving up. Good lesson, brother. As thanks, I'm gonna trade him to some gourmet sirloin rock. Wow! He's getting better and better rocks every time. All my Hylian brothers seem to do these days is watch over the tiny princess while she does her research. It looks like tough work, but the princess seems a lot happier and talks more since she's been doing it, so it must be okay. I hear the little guy finally opened up about his troubles to the princess while they were shoveling food. So that's the best way you can get Link to talk. Share a meal with him. Surprisingly, she opened up right back. Said something princessy like, I guess we're the same, you and I. Sounds heavy. They must have been bonding over their food preferences. That'll do it, alright. Speaking of opening up, this journal writing has made me realize something about myself. Writing makes me hungry. Yeah, I've noticed. Anyway, that's pretty much it for Daruk, so we only have one left. And that would be over at Rito Village. And in this one, we have to go talk to the guy whose voice put me in the hospital. Alright, so we only have one diary left to read, and then there will be one other thing that I want to do before I end this video. Sadly, that means this video is definitely gonna be an hour long. Well, or maybe close to it. I still don't appreciate that your voice put me in the hospital, damn it! I will never stop being bitter about that. I still cannot believe that even happened. Anyway, tell me about Revali. Yes, you're curious about Master Revali. What perfect timing. We recently found the diary of Revali. We're all excited to locate such a personal item of the champions. However, not just anyone has the right to read something of that nature. That's why I left Teba in charge of it, since he so admires Master Revali. And it was recently found at the flight range. I thought immediately I had to go there and put my stuff on, but then I saw there Teba took the diary to his home for safekeeping. So, basically just go right next door. I think. Yeah. If you don't talk to Teba after you've taken care of Meadow, he will be here. His wife will be here, though, in the daytime, I believe. Anyway, read The Diary of Revali, the Rito legend. Yep, of course. Figures that he would put something like that. Seriously. His ego. I won another archery competition today. As one would expect, the village can't stop talking about my winning streak. In short order, I've managed to break all of the previous records and set an insurmountably high bar. Everywhere I go, I receive praise and affirmations that I am the pride of the Rito. I could get used to this. Oh, of course, because he wins a lot of archery competitions and breaks records. Yeah, he's letting his pride get the better of him. The elder asked me what I would like as a prize for my achievements. I told him I wish for an archery training ground. If I am to keep this up, I need somewhere to train at varying elevations. I'm hoping to master a new move I've dreamed up. Oh, this is when it leads to him learning his champion power. I keep pushing my archery skills to the limit. My dive is ideal, but the ensuing ascent is not as smooth as I wish it was. I must return to the flight range again tomorrow. There I will become stronger. Better. I won't rest until I succeed. The Rito children look up to me. I hear they wish to start training at the flight range too. Perhaps it's not a bad idea to allow everyone to use my training space. These are dangerous times after all. Tomorrow I will try a new strategy I've been devising to control the updraft. I refuse to believe it's impossible. Okay, so he's at least giving back to his community by allowing everyone to use the flight range. I mean, that's a good thing. There's a persistent rumor in town that Calamity Ganon's resurrection is imminent. It can't be true, right? A few years ago, scientists dug up an ancient mechanical beast called Meadow. It was supposedly used to fight Ganon. Hyrule's royal family is in search of someone to pilot the beast. They say to do so requires something beyond skill. They say one's soul must contain an incredible sacred power for a divine beast to recognize them as master. They should have just asked for me by name. To control the divine beast and defeat the Calamity would finally allow me to prove myself to the world. He is definitely Falco and Takumi together. Hyrule's princess stopped dawdling and asked me to pilot the divine beast. I asked what our plan was. I wish I hadn't. It is completely absurd. The divine beasts are little more than backup for some Hylian knight who has the honor of fighting Calamity Ganon. Me! A sidekick! I thought of declining, but then she looked me dead in the eye and held my gaze as she said, "We must protect the precious life of this land from the Calamity's grasp at all costs. Hyrule needs you, Revali." It was so corny I almost died. But I won't soon forget the look in her eyes. She meant it with all her heart. I thought Hylians only thought of themselves? Wow! When I say he was a douchebag to the end, I meant it! But I suppose there's an exception to every rule. I'm going to accept, of course, but out of self-respect, I'm going to let her sweat it out a bit longer. Yeah, figures. Hyrule's princess is coming by to ask for my answer tomorrow. She will surely be overcome with joy when I accept. And her timing is exceptional. I am close. So close to mastering my new move and showing everyone what I'm capable of. When they see it, they'll know without doubt it should be me fighting Ganon instead of that pathetic knight. Can I seriously just go back to Meadow and slap his spirit? I can see it now. The king and princess, and the knight, all on their knees, begging me to defeat Ganon for them. They'll say, "Please, Master Revali, please use your otherworldly skills and intellect to defeat Calamity Ganon." I look forward to that day. And then you got beat down by just a piece of Calamity Ganon's power, which I defeated. Easily. Almost easily in the rematch, too. I journeyed to Hyrule Castle for an inauguration ceremony. I now bear the grand title of champion. Meaningless pomp, if you ask me. If true strength relied only on title and uniform, everyone would be a champion. I do like the blue scarf, though. Finally, he says something that makes sense. That annoyingly silent knight was there, and motionless as usual. I can never tell what's on his mind. Likely nothing at all. Somehow, I can't help but believe the stories about him beating adult knights in swordplay when he was only a child. Still, he doesn't stand a chance against me. There is no one alive who can keep up with my aerial combat. That reminds me. It's about time I came up with a fitting name for that new move I created. What kind of name would be worthy? Revali's something. Tornado? Whirlwind? Masterpiece? Next page. The princess came to the village on official business, along with her shadow, that insufferable knight. I tried to talk with him while the princess met with the elder, but he was his usual quiet self. Why do people like him so? I also gave him the privilege of seeing me perform Revali's Gale. Nothing. No reaction at all to my impressive feat. I showed it to him even knowing there was a chance of failure, since it's still so new. He must truly be slow-witted. I tried to provoke him into facing me, but to no avail. Oh yeah, Revali's memory. It's like talking to a stone. Our interactions were a waste of time, so I flew off to find solace with Meadow. What's wrong with that guy? And then, Daruk informed me that we have been asked to escort the princess to Lanayru. We're to see the princess off at dawn at the mountain's base, and meet her there when she returns at sunset. Must I participate in this nonsense? Though, I still remember that look on the princess's face. When she asked me to pilot the divine beast, she was not only determined, she seemed desperate. She's aware she can't fulfill her sacred duties, and anyone can see how it weighs on her. It's difficult for me to comprehend the troubles of the talentless, but I'm trying. It's not that I dislike the princess. She tries her hardest. It's simply not good enough. No, I don't think I can spare the time to send her off in the morning, but perhaps I will fly over to greet her at sunset. Perhaps that alleged sealing power will show her some mercy and finally awaken this time. And then, of course, Calamity Ganon happened. But that's it. That's all 4 diaries. Now, I would have ended it off here, but there is one other thing that I can show. Something that is definitely going to push this over an hour. And as I said before, it concerns the final trial. So we have to go here to the Shrine of Resurrection. In fact, this is actually quite interesting. So I will see you when I'm actually in there. Alright, so unlike the Divine Beasts, the final trial, or as I called it, the Master Shrine, its official name, of course, is Final Trial, however. It does kind of suck. Here, I'll go in here and go to the load screen, and it shows Final Trial. Just to kind of show that off. I mean, I did kind of put a caption about it in the Final Trial video, of course, but well, anyway, you can come back in here, and if you missed anything, you can come back and get it, so there was no real worries. But here's the interesting thing. Maz Koshia is there. You can go up to him, examine, and the thing is, you can rematch this guy. There's a little bit of different dialogue, however. But I'm gonna go through with it. I'm not gonna show the fight, or at least most of it, but anyway. I applaud you for having the fortitude to come here. I have nothing more to offer you. However, there is one thing I can do to help a hero such as yourself reach new heights. And he's still dusty and all that as ever. You may challenge me once more. And skip through that, because we don't need to see all that again. Now this would have been a much more epic setting for the first bout against this guy. But yeah, you can rematch him. I'm going to, because I want to see if he says anything afterwards. But there's one little thing that I want to show off. Oh, and it's raining again. Let us begin. Alright, now, first off, I need to grab my bow out because I need to switch back to my ancient bow, and, why not? Just in case I need it. So I'm gonna fight a little bit. Ooh, nice! Now, I'm gonna wait until after he does his, Shadow Clone Jutsu. Yes, I referenced Naruto. What of it? Oh, right, the, I forgot about that move. Alright, now when he does the duplication thing, I have something interesting to show off. I kinda wish I could skip through this, but I can't. Also, by now, it's already over an hour in the recording. So yeah, this will be an hour-long video. I'm sorry, but I have to get through this. Alright, now, here's the interesting thing. Grab some mighty bananas and toss them. Yeah, look at this. He's actually interested in the mighty bananas. And you can distract him. Look at him! It even stuns his clones. That's why I wanted to wait until now to do it. You can only do this at least... I think you can only do this once, however. Oh, and I got that one. Wow, the last one I was able to perfect guard. Come on. Ow. Oh, wow, this is new. Ow. Oh, yeah, this tactic. Alright. Get him before he manages to... Wait, what is he... Oh, he was trying to do his clones. Alright. I'm gonna skip the rest of this because I've already shown what I need to do, so I'll see you when I beat him. Actually, you know what? No. No, I'm not gonna skip this. I'm gonna finish this fight. Because I like fighting this guy. I want to show it one more time. I was originally planning to skip, but why not? And no, I'm not counting headshots on him. Okay. Ow! I think an Ancient Shield would actually be better for that because it automatically deflects. Whoa! Ouch! Alright. Ow! Just run. Just run. And when I get the chance to, Come on, come on. Oh good, I'm on Magnesis already. There! Use that spin attack. Or as they call it in the manga, the Kaitangirai! I love that in the manga, how he actually has a legit name for that. Instead of just spinning attack. Alright. Oh, he's doing this again. I don't think I can use another Urbosa's Fury. I think I have to wait for it to recharge. Yeah, I can't really tell because I have the pro thing on. I kind of did that with the full intent of just finishing the game, because honestly, why do I need it anymore? Yep, I don't have it anymore. No, don't target him. Don't target him so you can attack his foot. Ouch! Yeah! Ooh, he almost stomped me. What's he doing? His clone thing again. Ouch! Ready? Early. Too early. Oh, he's stomping again. Ow. But he's just about done. Now let's see if he has anything new to say. And then after this, I'll end it. Still. I always love fighting this guy. He is fun. He is fun and is a great challenge. I just wish I predicted the lasers better. Most impressive. The fate of Hyrule is safe in your heroic hands. Now go and make good use of the ancient masterpiece. May the goddess smile upon the one true hero. Is that really it? That feels a little underwhelming. And we are brought here back to the Shrine of Resurrection. And that's basically it. So, I've pretty much shown off all the extra stuff that came with the Champion's Ballad. So now, there's nothing left to do except beat the game. So, next time, for real, I will see you in front of Hyrule Castle, where we all ride in and take down Calamity Ganon one final time. This time, with the Master Cycle 0. So, until then, thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you wish to follow along with this and my other Let's Plays, please consider subscribing. If any concerns come up, I'll let you guys know my Twitter and additional info in the lower left box in the video and down in the description below. This has been Matt the Speedstar, aka the Game Rebel, and I'll see you guys next time for the true finale of Breath of the Wild.